Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the GI Huddle. Today we're joined by Maksym Liashko, co-CEO of operator Parimatch. He's going to tell us all about the company's latest restructure at the executive level and its new supervisory board. Hi Maksym, thanks for joining us today.
Hi Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's our pleasure to have you on. Obviously you're here because you've had a change in role, and Parimatch has had a slight change in structure at the moment. To start off, can you talk us through the new restructure and the new supervisory board at Parimatch?
Yes, of course. Thank you for the questions. There is two significant changes. First, we add new layer of management in our company. It's supervisory board, and then there is change. Previously, we have one CEO, Sergey Porovs. I believe that you know this person, well known in our industry. But now we have two co-CEO. I am personally, and my partner, Roman Sirotyan. Both of us are co-CEO with a different layer of tasks, and Sergey, as I mentioned before, in supervisory board, together with other professionals, and we try to build the system when supervisory board will have a helicopter view each month on all our strategic questions, because when we are day by day in operation mode, sometimes we lose the main points or the main questions which we need to analyze for strategic reason of view. But now with the supervisory board, somehow we can divide these two aspects, and I'm and Roman will be more in touch with daily problem, and the supervisory board, we're also members for this supervisory board, but supervisory board will analyze it not so often, but more deeply from strategic point of view. So this is the main changes.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks for running us through it. I wanted to ask, how has Sergey Porovs' role changed? Because obviously he was previously the one CEO, now he's chairman. So what will kind of his duties be as chairman now instead of CEO?
He's like chairman, create agenda for this supervisory board, is the first. Then leads the discussion on the supervisory board. So, and can ask us previously to provide some kind of information for boards, or go deeply to this on that country if we're planning to examine us if we are ready for this critical country to start to operate there by our I mean with our software technology and with our team, or we will find a partner for this country for some reasons. And also this helicopter view, which I mentioned previously, and I believe this is one of the strongest part from Sergey's side, his feeling how to find new partner in different reasons. So for software, for I mean some critical software, so for feeds, for games, for slots, for sports results, for translation, etc., etc. So Sergey is still in touch with a lot of our partners to find the way how to cooperate with them. It's partially also what we will do with Roman, but Sergey is still involved in this high-level discussion and partnership.
Sure. So looking at your role specifically, and congratulations, by the way, of course, on your new role.
Thank you.
What are your aims as Parimatch co-CEO?
So I'm deeply involved in finance, legal, administrative, PR, and GR role. So this is main directions. And Roman, if you want to know, he's deeply involved in IT part and marketing, partially. So everything which is connected to our product and software. So this is the main part. And that's how we divide the obligations between us. Yeah. Sorry, this is Roman Jones. It's only one guy who can come to my office without the net.
That's okay. That makes sense. That's him. Hi.
Yes.
Sure. And what are you looking to kind of achieve as co-CEO now that you've made the step to this role?
We decided that one of our main strategic goal for next 3-5 years will be public model of operation for our holdings. That's why I'm trying to find the way how to be public in next years, in coming years. Or it will be IPO, or it will be some kind of bonds, maybe SPAC. Now we research a lot of about the SPACs model. So this is the main goal: how to start to operate like a public company. And together with this, of course, we have a lot of tasks, but all of them are mainly connect with the how we operate previously, and we want to increase and upgrade this system for future. And also the second important part is our focus to franchise business, because now we have several partners to whom we can provide our software or our trademarks or both. But now we have a lot of plans how to expand to other countries with a partner to whom we can provide our trademark or our software. So in this model, we will have franchisee partner, we will collect royalties from all operations, but I believe that this model will help us to grow massively with a partner in franchise model.
Absolutely, yeah. The goals sound clear there, and like you said, it'll be interesting to see kind of what model you take, because yeah, we have seen a lot of SPACs, as you say, in the gaming industry in particular in the last sort of couple of years. My next question, and you outlined exactly why you had this change and restructure, but would you agree that a co-CEO structure is maybe a slightly revolutionary approach to corporate structure? And I only really ask this because if you look at the gaming industry generally, there's one CEO, so kind of there's two CEO approaches. It has happened before, but it's quite rare.
Yes, it's true. It's quite rarely, and together with this, there's also a lot of people with just common opinions that there is in situation when it's two people are in charge, that means there's no one in charge. But I cannot share this descriptions, because I believe it's also can be it's not depends on how many people are involved in the process, even on CoCEO level or on product level or on each concrete department level. In any case, if it can be one guy who leads something, or two or three or five, or even supervisory board where it's 5 or 6, 12 people, but it depends on how you can divide your obligations, how you can divide your concrete and strategical plan and goals between the CoCEO or between the chairmen, etc., etc. And in this case, in our case, I believe that we have a successful case where we can divide the obligations between two CoCEO, and we analyze only our knowledge and where we're experts. And in this area, we try to divide. And especially, I think that in that company, which are planning to be public or start to preparation for public mode, there is each time when one CoCEO, there is two type of operations, or this guy deeply involved in daily operations, in marketing, in strategy, in hiring people, etc., etc., or his or she is deeply involved in preparations for public life. And in our case, we predict that if it will be only one CEO, that means that our company will deeply involved in one spectrum, for example, continues to operate, but public preparation for public will be struggle, or opposite situations. And because of this, we decided to have two CoCEO. For me, it's preferable to be involved in the public mode, in some corporate restructuring, from legal, finance aspects, cooperation with investment banks, etc., with some consultancies. And for Roman, he's deeply involved in our IT situations, how we organize our software, what kind of plan we will realize with our super applications, etc., etc. In this case, our company feels good that one CEO deeply involved in all meetings and all strategic regarding the our company like B2B and or B2C operations, and I'm deeply involved in our future plans for public life. That's how we divide it, and I believe that we have a lot of sync ups with Roman and with other departments, and I feel, especially after this first month, of course it's too early to have some kind of to have deep opinion about this CoCEO situation, but in general, we feel that everything smoothly, so everything okay, even better than we expected with Roman 1 month ago.
Sure, absolutely. My next question was going to be, what are the benefits of this CoCEO structure? And I think you've sort of answered it there already, but is there anything else you can kind of add that you think works particularly well in this situation?
I believe that in our critical situation, because both CoCEO are involving in supervisory boards, I cannot say that it's unique point of view, but there is very deep point of view for each situations. On CEO level, we can predict how it will looks for our company and for our partners in next 1 year, 2 years. So it's quite strategic horizon. From IT perspective of view, from product perspective of view, marketing, etc., and how it looks from legal perspective of view, what our banks, what our potential investors, what our partners thinking about this, and how it can damage or improve us. And then when we discuss it already with the supervisory board, we have 360 points of view for each situations, and the same when we discuss it internally in our company. And it's not looks like we discuss each topics was together with Roman. We try to separate everything, each questions which somehow I know unknown to whom it closer. In this case, we just called to each other and decided who will lead these questions alone. So in other words, we just double our efforts. So it means that CEO can be exist in 2 parallel meetings in our company, but with different topics. How it looks like right now.
Sure. I mean, you've outlined the case very well, but kind of in the interest of balance, I definitely still should ask: Can you see any disadvantages of having 2 co-CEOs? Because obviously you've outlined a few benefits, but are there any situations where you think, you know, this is why a company may go with the traditional 1 CEO route?
Right. Quite understandable for all that. Everything what I described previously, it's good when you already know us, know our structure, know me personally or Roman, and can call and discuss something. And then for you, it's also start to be like organically, and you understand our roles, etc., etc. But when you connect with our company first time, of course, there is not enough clear information or clear view with whom you need to connect firstly, with me or with Roman. That's why I think that to do it in normal way, correctly, and comfortable for all our partners, for all our, even for journalists, it's first time, we need to prepare quite big PR company and informations to inform public how we divide our role in Parimatch between me and Roman. And this is still in process, and I believe that on this stage it can be some kind of disadvantage. But I believe that we will do everything in several months for everyone will be clear how to cooperate with us to have and fast result.
Sure, I appreciate the honest feedback, looking at the benefits and disadvantages, and I'm sure our viewers will appreciate that as well. I only have one sort of final question for you, one final area, and you've talked about this a little bit already in terms of going public and looking at different partners and markets. But overall, what are Parimatch's strategic goals moving forward?
So, as I said, there's preparation for public operation. Then, of course, it's our plan to reach global expansion in all continents with the partners, by ourselves, or with franchise model, even with different franchise model. And I think that this franchise model is one of the important part even for public preparation, because we need to establish quite clear and well-known relationship with all partners in all continents. These three is the main. So public, expansions, and franchise model. These three is the main goal. These three.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's very clear. Maksym, that's all the questions I have planned for you today. So thanks very much for your time and for speaking to us first as well with your answers and your insight.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions and for your work. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our GI Huddle interview with the Parimatch co-CEO. For more on sports betting, be sure to read the May-June edition of Gambling Insider magazine, which has its own sports betting focused pull-out.